We're live. Hello, I made it. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you are in the world. Thank you for joining me to talk about another week in collecting. My motto for this stream, which never goes well, is a quick game's a good game. I'm going to be doing my best to try to be done by midnight so I can get some sleep because Helen be tired. But I hope you're doing well. It's very cold and rainy and windy, so I'm hoping that the stream will be smooth for you guys. If there's any issues with connections or whatnot, let me know. Not that I really know how to triage them, but if it's all going haywire, just tell me and I will probably bail, to be honest, because I don't know how to fix an internet connection issue, but I can already see there's so many people in the chat and so many comments, which is just amazing. Like it still trips me out that so many people come to hang out with me on a Friday. So thank you to everyone who's live or catching up on the replay. I really do appreciate you coming and spending a little bit of time with me. So let's see the comments. Who do we have? And Carlos is back to being number one. Good morning, Helen and chat. Sending my usual salutations from New Jersey. This week, we have a really awesome Killing Joker release from Hot Toys and looking forward to your thoughts on this figure, Helen. Oh, that caught me by surprise very much. I'll catch the replay later since I'll be at work once the stream starts. Let's not forget to hit the like button and subscribe for our dear friend Helen. I mean, as I say, it's free. I'm here every Friday trying to keep people entertained. And I think you're going to want to be subscribed because the Tim Fund is real. At some stage, I'm going to be giving away a delicious selection of Tim Tams to someone. I think I'll either do it as either for 4,000 subs or if we're getting close to Christmas, either. But I'm going to give someone their choice of whatever Tim Tams they want, and I will post them to them wherever they are in the world. So surely you want to be subscribed to win a delicious array of Tim Tams, I would have thought. It's an amazing prize. The toy collector's also with us. Happy Friday, on vacation with the family, so I'll watch the replay this weekend. Well, hope you and your family are having an amazing time. I hope you're somewhere warmer than where I am. I'm freezing cold. Uncarded reviews, let's go. J&D Daenerys. A few people have commented about Daenerys, and I don't have her in the slides. She is third scale. She's also, what did she sell out in? Was it 48 minutes or something crazy like that? So I didn't have her on the docket. I did see the statue though, if people want to talk about it. Like the one with the 3 dragons is it's impressive, but my goodness, there's a lot of space you'd need for that setup. I admire statues, but I definitely do not have the space for them. Valkyrie's here as well. Good evening, Helen. Have a great weekend and let's have a fun show. I mean, we're going to talk about some Star Wars, right? Like that's going to be fun for everyone. Surely, not the Star Wars fans, but fun for me. Tim Tams and Dragons for everyone. Let's go, Daenerys. Uncarded reviews. You're hyped. Did you order Daenerys? Did you order one of these statues? Because I feel, were you the person last week that said they had dropped like 12 POs? I feel like that was you. If it's not, apologies, but I feel like it was. King Dingaling is here. Hello, all. Hello to you. I actually really love your username. It reminds me of a line from reality TV in Australia, which I won't bore anyone with because I don't think anybody will understand. But just know whenever I see your name, I have a bit of a chuckle. AJ's here as well. Hello, friends. Hope everyone is well. I'm good, AJ. I hope you are too. Happy Friday to you. Miss Batwoman's here as well. Happy Friday, everyone, and to you. Uncarded reviews again. Hail chat members and fellow collectors. 100%. 100%. Figure it out. Hello, everybody. Well, hello to you. We've got Anthony Stanfield. I'm still advocating for the stream to be called the Shiro Slam. Perfect references to Tim Tam Slam, Slam Dunk, and the Star Wars in 60 seconds could arguably be referred to as slam poetry. Look, I'm going to write it down, Anthony, because that's how I remember stuff. So I'm still debating so much about this stream. Like when I watch other people's streams and I see the elements they have, I'm like, oh, I'm really not fancy. But speaking of 60 seconds, I had someone in the comments of last week's stream, because I think we talked about Ironheart and I said how I didn't enjoy it. And they said, oh, why don't you do like a Ironheart in 60 seconds recap? And I was like, do people want that? Do people want me to do 60-second recaps of like movies or series that I've watched? I mean, there won't be that many of it because we all know Helen doesn't watch a lot of the things, but I was like, do I do that or do I keep it as a special Star Wars thing? I don't know. I figure I try to be like a woman of the people. So tell me, would you like 60-second reviews of things or do you just want it to be Star Wars specific? Let me know. I worry if I do it for everything, it's not a special, and I want it to be special because Star Wars is so special to me. Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent, Let's Go Hot Toys. Look, I feel like if anybody's going to make that, it's going to be Mars Toys because they look like they're quite committed to Batman. And we're going to talk about some of their Batman 66 teasers this week. But I know someone was asking them about like Bob the Goon from 89 Batman, and they like showed a head sculpt. So I have a feeling they're quite committed. So I would not say no at this stage because I'm all in. Big Ribs here. Hello, Helen. Your display looking fresh. Thank you. It still annoys me for I don't know how many weeks in a row that I still haven't sorted out my cabinet because that's the new DX33 and that's got to go here and the InArt one's got to go there and this DX11 has got to go. And I don't know, I just haven't been in this room a lot lately. I think because it's on the other end of the house to my heating and it gets very cold. But every time I set up for the stream, I'm like, oh, you still didn't sort out this cabinet. I took away the other loose 6-scale figures that were there because I don't like having the 6-scale and the quarter scale together, but I'll get it. I'll get it looking beautiful again. But thank you. I appreciate that. Benjamin's here. Happy Friday, Miss Helen, and to the entire collective worldwide from New York. Well, hello to you. It's been a while since I've been to New York, but I hope you're well. Hi, Helen, everyone in the chat. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Dark Knight Archive. And yes, you're a fan of the Killing Joke Joker. Caught me by surprise, and 6-scale Kawu, who is one of the Hong Kong collectors, does unboxing and preview footage at Secret Base, has already posted some photos of that figure from Secret Base, and it looks really nice. I'm also super impressed with people that get nice footage of those cabinets because they are not well lit. I'm guessing the people that go out there must take some kind of lighting with them because I look back at my photos because like the T1000, I saw that on display at Secret Base when I was there. And the photos look crummy because the lighting in the cabinets there is actually not that great. So I have a lot of respect for the guys in Hong Kong that make those figures look really nice for us to enjoy. Natalie Harris is here as well. Hiya, Helen. Afternoon from the UK. I hope you're doing well, Natalie. Nice to see you in the chat. Terry is here as well. Helen unpacked my Mars Toys Two-Face. Awesome. Stoked to have the Batman Forever set up complete. Finally, me too. I love it. I actually did end up putting some ankle pegs, leg extenders. Leg extenders is probably the better phrase. On my figure to solve the issue of the pants being baggy. So in my review, I talked about how the pants were a bit long and they kind of, the material gathered at the shoe. And I'd bought like I think it's like a leg extender set from 1/6 Kit. It has like a bunch of different foot pegs and leg extenders. And I used like the smallest one and it made a huge difference to the pants. So I don't feel like I need to look at altering the pants. So I'm very happy with it. And the Jim Carrey Riddler is still taller. So I'm super happy about that. But I'm like enjoying, so many people are posting awesome photos of that Two-Face. And it's nice. I got my first little mini set complete. Now we got to get some more of that done. So yeah, I'm super hyped for all the figures that they're doing in this Batman line. The Shiro Slam will be your finishing after talking about Star Wars. I mean, I like to think of myself now as like the most entertaining premiere Star Wars Hot Toys commentator. I feel like I want to put that in my bio just to really upset people, because that's part of my personality. When every segment is 60 seconds, then nothing is. Well, this was my concern. I was like, if I start doing these 60-second commentaries on movies and stuff, does it make it less special? But because at second I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. But I was like, is it? What time is the Shuri Selects Figures segment? I don't know. I'm hoping she'll make a little cameo. I should get my slides up because it's International Cat Day. And Shuri, my furry sidekick, who I love very dearly, she shares this collecting journey with me. Look at her. Look at her looking at the Arrowverse shelf in the cabinet. She's just a little cutie. And look, does she hop into the cabinet sometimes? Sure. Has she damaged anything? No. Do I think I'm flirting with danger? Absolutely. She jumped in there with the bat pod once. I don't even know how she got into that shelf with the bat pod, but she did. She even hopped into my bottom shelf with like Bane and the camo tumbler, and I wish I had posted that picture on Instagram because I could have had an amazing caption about her being Gotham's actual reckoning, because she was like right up against Bane. But I hope at some point she'll join us. She's somewhere. She's celebrating the Day of Cats, as she should. She's a wonderful cat companion. And I just wanted to start this stream on a positive note, because who doesn't think Shuri's just a cute little monkey? If you don't, leave, please. Cousin Anthony, you're so early. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Terry says, good idea. Glad it worked out. Yeah, Kit has a lot of really nice spare parts that are handy for kit bashing. So I often go through and I get like extra neck connectors, and I saw these this ankle extender or foot extender, leg extender set. And I just thought, you know what? I feel like that will come in handy. I don't know when, but it will. And it did. So yeah, I was really happy with how that sorted out the pants for Two-Face. So that was very good. I got some love for Shuri. Thank you, Miss Batwoman. I'd like to say the cutest cat in collecting, but I know there's a lot of cats out there, and I think they're all very cute. So I'll just say like Shuri's up there. Shuri Spotlight, of course. I feel like my favorite videos are when I can put a little Shuri outtake at the end. And I always appreciate when people watch and spot her, because it does. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, oh, people are going to see this little clip of Shuri at the end, like my armory unboxing when she went out the accessories. So I was really happy when people were commenting that they saw it. Yay, International Cat Day. Our two cats are here enjoying the day too and passing on greetings to Shuri. Oh, and Shuri sends her regards to them. Shuri had a great day. I went to work and she got the house to herself, which I'm pretty sure is her favorite thing in life, honestly. Brand new artisan would be a shame if I scratched this. Oh, well, I don't have any artisans yet, but I have to say she did once. I caught her though, and I have a reel of this on my YouTube. She bit the hand of my Avengers Loki, but it was not damaged. So as I said, I feel like I'm kind of flirting with danger, but like if I'm in this room with the door closed, she's like scratches at it and she gets anxious, and I don't like to do that to her. So I let her roam around. She likes this room, so. And she's so cute. How can I say no to this face? So while I can't say no to this face, you know what I can say no to? Purchasing from one man's hobby. And I know you know, and I know that you know. But I did this stream last week, and then I went on Reddit, and someone in the UK is going, oh, is One Man's Hobby a safe place to buy from? No. And I was so grateful that all the comments were people saying no. Because previously you get some people going, well, it used to be great, or I've never had a problem. Everyone was there saying don't do it. And well done, Reddit Hot Toys community, because you just saved someone from dropping money on something they're probably never going to get. No one's heard from this guy. Will we hear from him again? I don't know. It's almost 3 months. So I'm legit just keeping this as a very quick PSA, because if new people find me, or just to spread the word, so if you see someone asking the question, One Man's Hobby, William Wang, negative. Go elsewhere for your own mental health. Seriously. Literally for your own mental health. This person owes people hundreds and thousands of dollars, and no one can get a word out of him. But the website's still up taking pre-orders. Happy days. Anyway, let's move along. Guys, Mars Toys. Are Mars Toys the new darling of third party? I feel like they are. I feel like for a while it was So-So Toys, but now they're So Slow Toys. I feel like Mars, even though I know they're not quick with releases, like the quality of what they've been doing has been really solid. And I think the 66 line is obviously something that a lot of people love. There's a lot of nostalgia there. So I'm starting to think they might be the darling of the third party figures. So they showed us a few sort of teasers of what's coming up. I know there's a lot of people, where's this, where's that? The irony is then you get people going, we'll wait, so it will be good. But I feel like collectors want it both ways. They want it quick and they want it amazing. And honestly, I can be patient if it's going to turn out good. I take most release dates with a grain of salt. And I think this is where if you're pre-ordering with reputable businesses, you've got that layer of security. If it gets cancelled, if something doesn't happen, those retailers will look after you. So this is where I'm like, I have no issue waiting. But then I feel like, was it the prank villain, like the surfboard one? Did that ever come out? I don't know. There's certain things that people are very upset that they haven't come out yet. And Mars Toys has literally been like, stop asking. And I'm like, I can understand. I can understand both sides of it. JB is here. Afternoon. Oh, good afternoon to you. My wife, Miss Iris, and our grandson, Talon, 4 years old, had an awesome time unboxing the Jasnick 89 Batmobile. Oh, cool. Can you imagine the excitement from a 4-year-old perspective? He went bananas. You're a brave man, Benjamin. You're a brave man letting a 4-year-old get involved in an unboxing. But it sounds like it went well, and that's great, because I often, when I hear people talking about, like, buying their kids Hot Toys, like young kids, or, like, letting their kids, interact with the Hot Toys, my view is, like, it's going to end in tears and probably not the kids' tears. But if it went well, that's awesome. I can just imagine that being a very overwhelming thing. I know a friend of mine, she's a little bit older than me. She brought her grandkids over because her grandson is like really into the superhero stuff, and he was just gobsmacked. So I can just understand, how exciting that would have been. But as I said, I still feel that you're super brave. So well done, you, braver person than me. We need Mars Toys to give us a Jim Gordon from the 2022 film. Yeah, I feel like people are really wanting someone to fill in that gap. Not just the 2022 film, but also the Penguin series. I'd love a Sophia. I'd love a Sophia to have with a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, and I'd love an Oz Cobb, and I think a lot of people would like to build out that world. So would be nice. My longest standing PO is the Walter White that I ordered in May 2022. It's a simple figure with no accessories. I'm starting to think Mars forgot about that project completely. Yeah, it's interesting because did they not release something else from that's Breaking Bad, right? I have not seen the show. Do not cancel me, everyone. Was it Gus something that they brought out? And I can get it. Like, I think people want things to release in order. But we don't know were there issues. Did something happen? Is it that the PO numbers are low, so they want to do something bigger? I think this is where we'd all have communication, right? And we don't get as much as I think we want. Mars Toys Willy Wonka Chocolate Man still waiting. Yeah, there was a comment they made about the Willy Wonka where they were like, stop asking. Or they said they feel like they've explained it. But then I feel like they said like in a month. Don't quote me, but I feel like I saw that comment on one of these posts. They shared, so this was on their Facebook page, but then on their Instagram stories, they shared this and someone screenshot it and shared it in the group. So they're really into the 66 line, which I feel like is going to make a lot of people happy. Anthony says, I'm happy to wait for figures to go up for PO, but don't take our money and then make us wait years without an update. Yeah, or be like So-So Toys and say, we're not going to do any new pre-orders until we release these things. And then you do POs and release other things while the stuff you said you were going to release is nowhere to be seen. I get it. I get it. And I do wonder sometimes if it's like they need the PO money in to finish off some of the products. Like that wouldn't surprise me either. So... Natalie says, same Helen, I'd rather wait a bit and they give us a good figure. I think so too. I think when things get rushed, corners get cut. And that was my concern at one point with Topo, because when I got the grey suit for Bruce Wayne, and that did release pretty quickly by their standards, and I felt like the quality had dropped off a bit. So I was concerned. I was like, they started off strong. Are they going to rush things out and the quality's maybe going to take a bit of a dive? But then when I got my suit for Kane, like that was perfect. So I'm hoping that was just a little blip. I know someone did a Gus, but I'm not sure it was Mars or not. Okay. Otiri says, yes, you're correct. Gus was a 2-pack. Okay. Because I feel like, because Topo has loose shirts. I'm going somewhere with this. And I feel like the green loose shirt became available after one of those Breaking Bad figures. Like one of those characters had a green shirt and then suddenly they offered a green shirt option. This is how my mind works. It's fine. It went very well. He's extremely gentle being around many collectibles in the collection room and, of course, supervised. Well, supervised, of course, is important, but I'm glad it went well. I just say I don't even particularly let people in this room, if I'm completely honest. Like, it's like the one door in my house that if I'm not in it, the door is closed. It's just the way I am. Everything else in my house, I don't care. This room is like very important to me. And then Mars Toys decided to give us this interesting photo. It is what it is, but they said I'll start PO after releasing the previous stuff. This doesn't mean that I will stop working. I believe that the 66 line will be available to you in full and quickly soon. It's not teasing, it's sharing. I don't want to see people asking Wonka in every post. Every time I finish explaining, someone will continue to ask. I'll be released next month. So hope for you Wonka people, it is next month, as they say. But yeah. Mars Toys, if you're listening and you want to give us an 89 Harvey Dent and you want to give us some Batman 2022 figures, yeah, I'm still, like, we had that one third party that, like, tried to do a Zoe Kravitz and the prototype looked horrible and then they cancelled it. This is where, that's the kind of figure that I feel like, why did you sleep on that? Like, you did the Batman. Hot Toys weren't doing Zoe. As I said, I think it was last week, a lot of in-art decisions don't make a lot of sense to me. Star Wars, guys, Star Wars. And you know what? I'm silly. I should have done this at the end because we're peaking too early in this stream. We're peaking way too early to have Star Wars at this point. But we have a tradition here. We don't ignore the Star Wars as much as I would love to ignore the Star Wars. We do Star Wars in 60 seconds. As I said, I think it's everyone's favorite Star Wars segment in the Hot Toys collecting community. Fun fact. So I'm going to have a little bit more tea because I also want this to be a short stream because I think I'm coming down with something because, yay, working in an office where people come in when they're not well. What are you doing? Go home. Don't be here. Don't share your germs with me. I don't want to be sick. I'm going to have some tea. I'm going to set a timer. I keep wanting to call him Fives, but he's not Fives. But I think he looks like Fives. And no one fill in the gap. It's fine. I really don't need to know. I'm just going to take a moment and have some tea. We're going to do Star Wars in 60 seconds, and then we're going to move right along because it's what Shuri would want on International Cat Day, and I'm just here to make her happy in life. All right, Jeebers. Give me strength. Look after me. Timer. I never have my ring light in the right spot, but it's 60 seconds. Time me along at home if you like. I don't mind. I won't be upset or offended. Arc Trooper Echo. Let's talk about him. So this is Arc Trooper Echo. He has nothing to do with the horrible Disney Plus show Echo, but what he does have something to do with is this most intergalactical fantastic boy band. There's never been a better boy band in the Star Wars galaxy than these 5 guys. And this is actually their album cover. It went triple platinum. Like, everybody loves them. And why wouldn't you love 5 Boys in Blue? But the problem with boy bands is that with every meteoric rise, there's a catastrophic fall from grace. And this guy on the left, he just decided, I'm pretty sure his name was Gary. Gary's like, look, Echo, I don't want to wear blue and wear pop songs. I want to be emo. I want to wear black. And that's what he did. And that left Echo really heartbroken to the point where he threw off his helmet and he's pursuing a solo music career. And all I can do is just wish him the best in his future endeavors. It's so sad when the band breaks up, guys. All good things can't last. It's a shame. Everybody loves 60 seconds of Star Wars, particularly me. That's why I'm so happy to work from home. Yeah, look, I get to work from home 1 to 2 days a week, but I do have to go to the office. So, like, always working from home, not an option. I think that would be my dream, though. I could just work with Shuri. That would be my favorite thing ever. Have you heard anything about the Nurse Joker from Topo Helen? I have not in a while, Natalie. I asked them about it. I want to say December or January. I was like, are you still planning this? And they said yes. So I'm waiting and I'm hopeful. Because I don't think anybody licensed is giving him to us. So I'm hoping Topo. Even if they just do an outfit set, like, I'd be happy with that. Best Star Wars story ever. When does it come out on streaming? Well, I mean, that's obviously got to be the next thing. Like, Disney Plus series, like Drive to Survive and those series where you go behind the scenes. Like I feel like that it's made for TV movie type stuff. Like one of those Hallmark Channel movies. I think that would be really suited. And I know the Star Wars fans would just love it. So that would be amazing. The door is closed and locked with several well-positioned concealed security mini cameras in the collecting room along through the rest of our home. Okay, that's very high security. That's fair enough. Guys, that's the story of ARC Trooper Echo. It has highs, it has lows, it has emos. And we move on. T1000 came out. And this was the thing, because on Monday, I think we got Echo and the T1000. I was like, it's going to be a big week. 2 drops on a Monday. And then I would say it was probably an average week. Wasn't a big week, wasn't a quiet week. But that's okay. That's fine. T2, a lot of love for this. I saw the movie once a really long time ago and don't remember a lot about it. Apologies. But I will say, like most Hot Toys releases, people were not happy about certain elements. And I think a couple of the criticisms I can understand. I will say, as much as I try not to harp about it, I did feel like some of the lighting on the sculpt in some of the blogger photos was not great. Some people were trying to say, I feel like they said Patrick Swayze or something random, where I was like, come on, now we're going a stretch too far. The two things that I do kind of feel maybe let this down, and one of them is not just this figure. Like, is it just me, or is like some of the stitching on Hot Toys clothing at the moment like not as nice? Like the bank robber Joker, like the jacket, the stitching on the jacket just didn't look high end. I don't even know that high end's the right phrase I want to do, but like the stitching is very big and obvious. And it takes away a little bit from the clothing sets for me. And I do understand that with this, because I do feel like on the shirt, like the stitching feels a little bit big. The other thing, which I think is probably more obvious when he's not wearing the jacket, is the shoulders also feel very flat. And people typically don't have just like straight line shoulders. I feel like it looks better with the jacket. But I know that like with the Bond figure that came out, I don't know if people follow Iron Logan, but he literally has like used like model clay to build up the shoulders a little bit more on his Daniel Craig Bond, and I think it looks a lot better for it, to be honest with you. So it's interesting. As I say, like 2 small things, but I feel like they're big enough that it's a bit of a bummer. I do love these magnetic effects for the suit. I do think the base is really cool as well. I remember when I saw this in Secret Base, like I was really impressed with it. I really thought it was nice. I really, as I say, the display stand, I do love a little bit of a diorama display base, as you all know. But for me, I mean, as I said, when I go through these blogger photos, I try to pick the ones that I feel like present the figure in the best light. So I'm hoping people feel that way, because as I said, there were some where I looked at the sculpt and I was like, no, I don't feel like this is doing the figure a lot of justice here. So as I said, aside from those kind of small things, although the shoulders look a bit better here, maybe it was just bad posing there, or maybe it just looks a little bit better side on. I don't know. Am I a Terminator expert? Of course not. That's not why you're here. But as I said, when you've got the jacket on him, I think it adds that little bit of bulk that makes it look a little bit more natural. And I do love that head sculpt in the middle. I think that's really cool. Really cool. But I'm keen to know, like, are there many people that are getting these newer Terminator figures? Are you getting this, the T1000? What are you the most excited for? What else would you like to see them release from the Terminator line? I'm keen to know because I feel like it is really popular. I feel like it is really popular as an IP, and as I say, it's one of those things where I'm like, I should go back and watch it so I could remember more of it, but we'll see one day maybe. Jaron's here. Hey Helen, hope you're doing great. I think this T1000 looks very good. I worry about changing out his outfits. A friend who lives in Hong Kong got him and said it's easy to switch out. Well, I'd hope so. I'd hope they make it easy. Or you get a second body. That's another option, right? Second body. You don't need to take any outfit off. I don't know. That's how my mind works. If I can turn one figure into two, I feel like that is how my brain is wired. But I have to say, with the John Wick 4, because when I got two of them, and when I got my second one from Pop Culture, I kind of had to redo the shirt and the vest because it just the way the collar was sitting wasn't great. But I really liked the way Hot Toys did the belt this time. It wasn't like the buckle where you've got to thread it through. Like, the belt looked fine at the front, and then it was just a Velcro thing at the back. So I would hope that they're getting a bit better and being a little bit more mindful of, particularly an outfit like this that is intended to be swap out, because Hot Toys doesn't seem to really want to do 2-packs for us anymore, that they would make it easy to do that. So I'm glad to hear it is easy. But as I said, second body. You could easily make a second figure out of this with a spare body. 2 for 1. AJ says, I'm still looking forward to getting this figure. I think it looks great, but I'm sure part of this is the layers. Yeah. I like him. I like him with the jacket. As I said, there was just some photos I saw him without the jacket on, and the shoulders just looked very flat. And I'm like, does the actor have shoulders like that? I should have looked it up, but did I? No, I didn't. Of course I didn't. I just did shipping, tax, tariff payment on Batfleck 2.0 Deluxe, so he should be shipping to me. I'm excited. Oh, that's very cool. Are you getting the deluxe? So that's got that cool brick wall diorama that I really like. I do like that diorama. Terry says, wasn't collecting when the 1.0s came out, so very happy with these 2.0s. Waiting for Kit's invoice on this other than the stitching. I think this came out fantastic. Okay, so it's not just me about the stitching, because this is what I keep hoping with, like, the bank robber Joker, because I looked at the stitching and I'm like, I hope this isn't a trend, because places like Topo and Kento are doing really nice suits and the stitching is, like, not really that noticeable. And I don't like how obvious some of this stitching is looking, so I wasn't sure if that was just me, though. I wouldn't mind them doing a TX from Terminator 3. I definitely have not seen Terminator 3. Is Terminator 4 technically the one with Emilia Clarke? Not that I've seen that one either, but I'm just trying to work things out in my brain. Miss Batwoman says, I want T2 Sarah Connor. Yeah, I can imagine a few people wanting that. And this is where I wish as well. I wish Hot Toys, and I'm guessing it's probably a licensing of the brand, but if not, don't use the brand. I think a lot of people would love them to do like the Harley Davidson Fat Boy motorcycle, or a sort of black motorcycle in general. I feel like there's so many figures that would go with. Like, even at one point I really wanted that for like a Black Widow. I think it would be really cool to have the motorcycles for them as well, because they're not too big. Like, I know I have like can't really see it, a 6-scale motorcycle that I got from a shop here randomly, and fits in a DTOF, very space friendly. So it's not one of those vehicles that needs a lot of room. And I do think that they're very cool. Figure it out. I have 2 of each Terminator on PO and 2 T1000s. Big fan. Oh, wow, you are a big fan. Did you get 2 of the T1000s to have each look? Or you just wanted a spare one? Because I know some people do get two and they have one that they want to pose and sort of do all the things to, and then the other one they want to keep a bit more pristine. So I'm keen to know what the plan is. Dark Knight Archive says, I have this on pre-order. I'm slightly disappointed, but still getting it. Hot Toys doing what they occasionally do, reusing accessories, disproportionate hands, and the tailoring could have been better. Yeah, as I say, the stitching on the tailoring is not what I would expect from Hot Toys at this stage. I don't know what's going on. As I said, like when I looked at that bank robber Joker, I felt like all I could see on that jacket was really big stitching, which I wasn't a fan of. The only problem with the second body for the T1000 is the utility belt. There's only one belt. Oh, okay. And I'm guessing finding it loose might be a challenge. Well, hello, madame. Where have you been? People want to see you. It's cat day. You going to say hello? Hey? No? I always feel tempted to pick Shuri up, but she doesn't like being picked up. And I'm like, do I want to be that person on YouTube that gets like mauled by a cat because she's picked a cat up that doesn't want to be picked up? No, not really. But Shuri's here. She's present. She says hello. She sends her regards. We need a Christina Loken artisan version Terminator rival scene to be specific. I don't know what that is. Ponda Baba has shipped this week. Shuri's little tail. Hey, Buggy. Is that Star Wars? Because I remember someone mentioned that last week, and to me it just sounds like a bubble tea flavor. A Ponda Baba. I do not know what that is. Do you know Shuri? Shuri doesn't know. T1000 stitching looks rushed and big. Maybe it is rushed. Maybe that is why. And maybe that's why it was the same with the Joker. Like, were they rushing that for ACGHK? Like, because people are like, oh, it's artisan, of course they'll fix it. And I'm like, I don't like to put my eggs into the I'll pre-order and maybe they'll fix it basket. Unless they come out and say they're going to update something, I'm not going to hold out all this hope that it's going to happen. The Batfleck 2.0 is going on the Flash Bat Cycle. I had that Bat Cycle sitting in my closet for 8 months waiting for the figure to come. Oh, that's cool that you'll finally be able to display that. Very nice. Yeah, I'll be using both for both looks. Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. And you've got a whole bunch of spare parts, which is also cool. It's so cool, Shuri. I know. I agree. I would be surprised if Jazz Inc. Yoast does a true 1/6 scale motorcycle skew. They're the only ones that do true and accurate. Just ask them. I'm looking forward to getting this. I've pre-ordered it, but haven't got an invoice shipping yet from Sideshow. It feels like sometimes there's a little bit of a delay between, like a bigger than normal delay between Hong Kong and Sideshow. Is that just me? I feel like it's not. I'm just used to waiting because I live in Australia. I'm not gonna lie. My hope is that I get Endgame Wanda before Christmas. Like, this is how I'm like setting my expectations. If I get her before Christmas, I'll totally see that as a win. No need to make Shuri Cat uncomfortable for our entertainment. No, I wouldn't. Because sometimes she would jump up and walk across the screen, and I loved that because you all got to see her magnificent tail. But she does not like being picked up, so I try not to pick her up unless she's in a situation and I need to get her out of a situation. But, you know, sometimes she'll come in and roll around and you'll get to see her. I feel like this is going to be a quick stream and I'm not mad about it. Kidpool. Oh, here we go. There is a delay between Sideshow and Hot Toys because I felt like at one point they were trying to get a very small batch to the US very quickly. Because this is what surprised me, because I've bought from Sideshow once in my life. I got the special edition John Wick. And, like, I remember I had it on a payment plan, and it was like, we got to January and I had a payment to go, and people were like, "Oh, I'm getting invoices." So I went, "Great." I paid off the last installment early. Thought, "Great, they're going to ship out my John Wick soon." And it was a good 2 or 3 months. And I was like, because again, I can only talk about my experience, here in Australia. Like when pop culture gets their stock, they get their stock. We're not getting drip fed. There's 100 now and there's 100 this time, and it's not spread out. Like if the figure arrives, pretty much everyone's getting their invoices, everyone's getting them sent out. So I was really quite surprised that when Sideshow has that window, you could be getting it at any point in the window, whereas here it's like, it's here, figures for all. There's no then, "Oh, sorry, we only got 50 and now we've got to wait for the next load." It's just, yeah, it's very different to what I'm used to here. I agree, Helen. As someone who reviews figures, I find I'm waiting weeks for Sideshow to get and ship figures lately. Okay. And this is the thing, because Sideshow tends to ship to their retail customers, and I feel like then afterwards they ship to like Icon Collectibles in Australia. Like, and I think pop culture gets everything sent by boat, which is awesome when you're in Australia. So everything takes a while. Figure out. I think I did watch one of your reviews, and do you know what I think it was? I think it was and you're here, so you can tell me what you think about it. The Jackson Zhu wired cape A on 1/6 kit. I watched your review on that cape, which I think you've probably had for a couple months now. So, like, are you loving it? Is it great? Because I keep thinking I would like a wired cape for one of my 89 Batman figures. I'm not sure, but no, I did see your review about it, because you had a couple of cape reviews on there. So no, I did watch them. Dark Knight Archive says Sideshow usually get their stock 4 to 6 weeks after Hong Kong release. Lately, it's varied. I like some of the pictures for Kidpool, but the main ones show the Kidpool is really just a support figure. It's not interesting by itself. Well, Sharon, you took the words out of my mouth, because I thought this had released. I'm just so not into this line is just big, right? And like Ladypool came out ages ago, Deadpool came out ages ago. So I thought Kidpool had been released. So when this came out, I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize Kidpool hadn't released. I know Shuri, and I'm like scrolling through the photos, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I've ever seen a figure, the blogger photos for a figure, that figure is not the hero of all the photos. There were so many photos with the whole Pool family, with Deadpool, and I was just like, this is not typical in my mind. And I was like, is this just creative license by the bloggers? Is this numbers are low, so we really want you to like showcase this with the other figures to make people want to get Kidpool? I was really surprised, because it felt like there was so few photos of this figure on its own. So I'm glad it's not just me who was like, really? Like, it's like the ultimate companion piece, because who is buying Kidpool on their own? Like, no one's buying just Kidpool, right? Like, you're buying it to go with the rest of the figures. I don't think there's anyone who's like, oh my God, I'm the biggest Kidpool fan. Like, that's the only figure I want. I found it so interesting, the blogger photos. So many of them were ensemble photos. Han Solo Return of the Jedi came very quickly. Well, I mean, as it should, because Star Wars should be just... Scotty should just beam up the Star Wars figures and they should just arrive on the spot. I'm still waiting for Artisan Dark Empire Luke, and I'm not surprised. Oh, and it's not supposed to come till September. The sculpted version people already got. I have wondered with the Artisan figures if they all drop at once, or if that is a bit more of a rolling release. I don't even know if that's the right turn a phrase. Batched release. Maybe batched release is the word I want. Maybe. AJ says, yeah, it's all based on shipping containers now. I've been getting slammed with mass deliveries. Then it will be nothing, then repeat. Which is interesting, AJ, because that is very much what it's like for us in Australia. Like, we will get a shipment and there could be anywhere from 6 to 16 figures. And that's where I'm glad I'm very selective for what I collect, because I typically don't get more than one invoice every batch. But some people who collect a lot of stuff and Star Wars, they'll be like, oh my God, I just got like 6 invoices from pop culture. So that's what it's like for us. You'll go months with nothing, and then it's like the batch is in and this is everything in the batch, and then we wait another 6 to 8 weeks for the next batch. Like, it's not this week it's this, and then in 2 weeks we get that. It's just we get a whole bunch of stuff and then a whole bunch of nothing. Big Rib, got this on PO. Love the water guns, but selling off the couch when I get it. You know, I think the couch is a super cool accessory. I can see people wanting the couch. Everyone wants their Wolverine. Everyone does want their Wolverine. I know Ash is somewhere asking where Wolverine is. Tijuana Mike's here. Happy Friday, collectors. Happy Friday to you, Mike. I hope you're doing well. AJ says they literally wait till the container is full because it's hard to get the shipping containers in China right now. Oh, in addition to the tariff madness, the cost of containers has gone up a ton too. Oh, that's interesting to know. Because I remember when Will did his last stream with InArt, and Kiko was like, I miss Kiko, can I just say? I really do miss him in YouTube land. He was like, who's got questions? Come at me. And I asked the question. I said, look, Pop Culture is an official distributor. They're in one of the few territories you can have everything sold in. Why are they not getting stuff quickly? And that's what InArt said. They said they ship by sea. If the container's not full, it waits. So they said it's like, it's not us, it's partly them. And I was like, okay, that was actually good to know. And I think that's a little bit the same with Hot Toys as well. But I didn't realize about the cost of the containers going up. So that is interesting to know. Dr. No, hi, Helen and fellow collectors. Hit the thumbs up button. It's free. It is free. Subscribing is also free. Would make me happy. Would make little Shuri happy. And it's International Cat Day. Who wouldn't want to make cute little Shuri happy? I have a Jackson Drew playlist. I get a lot of his stuff. Thanks for watching my review. By the way, yeah, I love the Type A cape. So posable and unique. Okay, awesome. Because I was thinking with my 89 Batman that I have with the Batmobile, I was thinking a wide cape. Be a little bit more dramatic. So yeah. I got the Jackson Drew faceplate for the 89 Batman, and I embarrassingly have not opened it. I've had that for like 2 or 3 weeks, and I have not. It's in a box, I think, over there. I haven't even looked at it. But I did order a drape cape for the new 89, or it could go on the new 92. And I've ordered I got the 89 faceplate. And I think I got the Armory cowl more out of interest. I like the cowl that came with the new Armory, but it was there and it was not that expensive. So I thought, why not? Kidpool body could be useful for custom figures. Oh, that's true. That is actually very true, because those little kid bodies can be hard to find. Kidpool was a pass for me. I'm still waiting on the Deadpool battling version from Sideshow. I'm hoping it releases soon. I just keep, now that you've said about the custom figures, JB, I keep thinking about all those people that made, or one person I think made like Morgan Stark. And I feel like this would have been a good Morgan Stark body. Did Helen just cost the ultimate faux pas by mixing Star Trek and Star Wars references in the same sentence? I'm glad someone noticed, Anthony, because I said it deliberately, because that's Helen's favorite game. When people are like, oh my God, what do you mean you don't watch the Star Wars? It's the greatest story alive. I'm like, look, I get it. You've got Chewbacca and Spock and R2-D2. I know, it's fine. And the Spock's not in it. And I drop my little grenades and I walk away. This is how I entertain myself. So yes, I'm glad someone noticed the comment. I wasn't sure if people didn't notice. I'm like, are people listening to me or are they just too polite? But you noticed. So well done, Anthony. Fingercrafts here. Good morning, Helen from sunny San Diego. Well, good morning to you, Philly. I hope you're doing well. Good evening for me. I wish it was sunny. It is not sunny where I live. Uncarded Review says, my family works in the logistics industry and I can tell you the container shipping by sea is a huge issue. It's gotten to the point where it's cheaper to manufacture new containers than to return them. Really? Wow. Okay. I did not know that. Interesting. I just live unboxed my Darth Maul figure, and man, that may be my figure of the year. No speeder, nice and posable, 2 head sculpts, tons of wiring in the robes, and not totally awful cloak. I'm very happy for you. I think this Kidpool release is a sign of things to come. They will reuse this body, maybe Anakin from episode 1. An artisan with hair. Why not? You just did it against Spock, long live and give into the Vulcan side. I mean, I do it intentionally. This is literally how I amuse myself. Sure, he's back. Not to get geopolitical, but one of the disparities in reciprocal import versus export volume is one of the reasons why there is a container shortage in particular, or in one particular country versus the glut of empties in the USA. Oh, it's interesting to know. Like, because I mean, sometimes we don't know what some of these factors are. So when people know, I'm always interested to hear because I don't know any of this stuff. Lol, Helen dropping trigger bombs with her commentary. It's what I do. That's why I'm like, I feel like I just want to start calling myself like the preeminent like Star Wars commentator in the Hot Toys community. Just something to really annoy people. What is it? Shuricakes. Darth Allison will strike back at you eventually. Sure, I'm sure she's got a voodoo doll somewhere and she's sticking pins in it. And she's probably sent Shuri here to do her evil bidding. Oh, Shuri. I wish you guys could hear her. She's so cute. She makes little squeaky meows, bless her. So literally, Kidpool, it's just a companion piece for the rest of the Deadpool family. Yeah, I honestly, I think the couch is the thing that interests me the most with this figure, which I'm sure is another hot take. But you know, that's what I do. I'm actually also interested in this backdrop. I'm like, is that included? Is that just like a digital thing someone added? I actually think this photo looks really nice. Mary Poppins, Ladypool, Deadpool, Kidpool, Headpool. As I said, I totally forgot this was a thing that had to come out. So, lol, the joke is on me. The joke is on me. I think this is my last set of slides. This might be my shortest stream ever, which I'm not going to lie. That would be exciting. There's a lot of response on the water guns. Very unique. That's true, but I mean, it's an accessory. I feel like someone's just going to 3D print them at one stage. Speaking of, I'm going to do a little plug for my fellow Greek geek Costa. Not here, but that's fine. We still support our friends. If you're into 3D printing, Costa has a Discord set up. And people are doing some really cool 3D printed things. Like they were doing storage drawers and diorama backdrops and accessories, like some super cool stuff. So for anyone who is into 3D printing, go check out Costa's Discord. I'm still very new to Discord. I'm trying to remember to check it and go look at it. But it's super cool because on Costa's Discord, there's like a 3D printing chat. There's a garage display case chat, which is great because you can share your display and share information with people who've built garage display cabinets. There's just general collecting chats as well. It's very cool. It's a very cool group of people there. So check it out if that's your thing. Uncut Review says, yes, it's an interesting byproduct to observe. No one wants to pay to return empty shipping containers, and you lose money every time a boat leaves port and it's not full on cargo. I did not know any of this stuff. Look, this is like an educational stream now. This is amazing. Get Wilson and Costa? Is something wrong with Costa? I hope not. I love this unexpected announcement from Hot Toys. I hope we get a Batman from this line. Look, I personally, I like to see Hot Toys doing some comic-inspired figures that are not necessarily representations of actors. And I know the Killing Joke has been done. I'm trying to remember who made it. I racked my brains. I couldn't remember, and I couldn't remember if it was a figure or a statue, but I know something has been done. But Hot Toys diving into this and it not being just like an Iron Man, I think is super cool. DC has been the poor cousin, and there's so much because they did that. Is it Dark Knight Returns? That comic Batman that was also on display at Secret Base when I was there. I think there was a lot of people that were excited about that. So I've always thought like comic versions or even like Batman the animated series versions of characters. Like there's so many awesome Batman villains in particular that I think would be amazing. Would translate so well. So I hope they do more. I think Costa had a procedure recently and I haven't seen him post online. Really, he posted the other day that he was at a concert. I was messaging him on Instagram. He and his wife were at a concert a night or two ago. I hope he's okay. I have to drop him a line and see how he is. But yeah, this announcement, color me shocked. Absolutely loved it. And I don't think there's a lot that I don't like about this figure. I love that there's the two head sculpts. So you've got the one here that's more for the camera. So one eye opened, one eye closed. Looks super cool. And then you've got this other sculpt as well with magnetic tongue. Why not? They did it for Heath Ledger Joker. Why not do it for the Killing Joker? But I think it's cool. And I do, I loved some of the poses in these promo photos because they were, I could just picture comic book art that I've seen like this of Joker. I really liked it. I really liked a lot about it. Off topic, but I was glad to see Big Bretta return with a new figure review of the Edward Scissorhands figure from Art Figures. I know, wasn't that a surprise and a delight? Just out of nowhere, Joao dropped a review, and it was nice to see him back on YouTube. So go check that out if you haven't, and I hope he's doing well. I hope we see more of him in the future because it's been a while. This is going to be my next Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns Batman. Is that the Hot Toys one? Costa was on Brother Cousin stream last night. I was going to say he was at a concert as well. I didn't think there was anything wrong with Costa, so hope not. I hope not. these were some awesome promo pictures, I have to say. And as I said, these poses, so good. As I said, I feel like I had it. I remember when I was a kid, I don't know if anybody else remembers this. There were Batman stickers and they came in a packet and it had bubble gum. And I'm positive one of them was a picture of the Joker doing the hand to the head pose with just ha 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 ha. I feel like this was in the late 80s, early 90s. And I have those stickers somewhere. I wish I knew where they were to have pulled them out. But I just loved this. I think this is so cool. I have nowhere for this in my collection. But I think this would be awesome. And as I said, I would love to see more comic-inspired Batman characters. I'd love a more comic Harley Quinn. Given they're not going to give me the Margot Robbie I want, I'd love a comic Harley Quinn. I think that would be so cool. I saw the Bretta video and everyone was really happy to hear from him. Yeah, I bet. I think it's been, I want to say it's probably been around 6 months since his last video, right? It's been a long time. Oh, Dark Knight Archives, thank you. 37 watching and only 21 likes. Hit the like button. I mean, apparently 40 people are watching. So half of you have not hit the like button. It's free and I would appreciate it. And Shuri would appreciate it. And Carter Review says I hadn't seen any posts on his YouTube channel, so I wonder if all was well. I know Costa didn't stream last week, but he did put up a post to say he wasn't going to stream. And I get it. Like sometimes it's, particularly when you stream on your own, it's a lot. And I know for me, there's some weeks where I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't feel up to it. And I think sometimes you've just got to give yourself that week off when you feel like you need it. And I think that's probably just what the situation was for Costa. But he did do a post. I remember seeing it because typically when Costa streams, it's sort of in the middle of the night for me. But then on a Sunday morning, I often have his stream on and I've got it in the background as I'm sort of doing my sort of chores around the house on a Sunday. But no, as I said, I'm 99% sure he was at a concert the other day. So I think he's all right. But I'm keen to know, Batman fans, I'm assuming there's some Batman fans out there. What are you thinking about this Joker? Because as I said, I think it's super cool. Is it something I'm going to buy? I just don't know where it fits in with my collection. So I'm really keen to know, are people just thinking, oh my God, it's cool and it's different? Or are they like, and I have to have it? Because this is where I would be quite interested to know what the sentiment is of people that are actually going to pre-order this. Because I know I appreciate this. I think it's super cool. I just can't see myself buying it because like I have nothing else to go with it. And is this going to be a Hot Toys one-off? Or is this the start of a comic line? And this is what we don't quite know. Because if I knew there was a comic line coming and I could get Joker, Penguin, Two-Face, Harley, Batman, Robin, Catwoman, and I could build out a display, that's a whole different ball game than just we're doing a Joker from a particular book and then we're going to go back to just doing concept Iron Man figures. I don't know. I want a Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series. She's my favorite next to the Joker. Me too. I really, really, really would love a comic Harley and Joker. I don't really like the DC pairing we got. Jared Leto Joker is not for me. I do love a Margot Robbie Harley Quinn. But I wanted the look for her with that more comic suit, which is hidden behind the artisan paywall. So I don't think I'm ever going to be lucky enough to get that. So if I can't get that, and then I don't even know who I would pair her with Joker-wise, but that's where, as I said, I like the idea of doing Batman the Animated Series or comics because then it's the character. It's not, I don't want that Joker because I don't want the Jared Leto one, or I think it would just be such a popular line. if Hot Toys did it. And no one tell me Jazz Inc. is doing them because I am not interested. The Broke Collector is here, my foundation member. Sorry, I'm one of the lurkers working, just listening in the background. That's okay. I know. I get the feeling that I do get a bit of a work from home crowd in the US, which is completely fine. But if you're working from home, you can still drop a like. That's always appreciated. So that's fine. And that's also why I try to not swear. Because if people are working from home and they have kids, I don't want them to be worried that the Australian woman is going to be effing and jeffing. That's just not, it's not how I want the stream to be. I want it to be inclusive. Just a theory, it would only make sense for Hot Toys to produce a Batman from Killing Joke and perhaps in your face hint from Howard. Look at the banner logo. Batman is coming. Oh, you think? I mean, would be nice. Would be nice. I did Dopo on this figure. If you have any of the video game or Hono figures that will fit right in. Well, Hono don't do DC. Hono is like budget Disney. That's what I call them. It's budget Disney. It's Marvel. It's Star Wars. I don't think they've done anything DC in the Hono line. I had so much when they first announced the Hono line, I had so much hope because I thought things like Ninja Turtles would be amazing for Hono because you have the same base figure, just some different paint application and different belts and weapons. I always thought Batman the Animated Series would be amazing for Hono to do. And it's just a whole bunch of Marvel and Star Wars stuff. So it's disappointing. I love that Costa had a colonoscopy. Next thing you know, he's missing and presumed dead on TMZ. Oh, maybe that's the maybe people are getting confused about that. As I said, he's definitely not missing. He's been active on Facebook. I know that much. Definitely getting this Joker. They'll probably never redo this version again. It's a good question. I don't know that they would. Joker looks really great, but I don't have any comic figures in my collection. This is why if they did an announcement, you know how they now and then announce, these are the licenses we have, which lol for the Thunderbolts. What did that mean? I think it would be cool if they made an announcement, but sometimes they make announcements and we don't get much. Like they did that 85 years of Batman announcement last year, and I felt like we did not get a heck of a lot from that. Unless they announce Batman from the Killing Joke, this will have nowhere to go in my collection and I'll have to pass. Yeah, I wonder because I feel like there's probably some people that are like just huge Joker fans and they're going to get it. But then I feel like there's other people who, and I know this is the way I am, I'm like, I want a companion piece. Who is his Kidpool? Who is his companion piece? That's how I like to be. Because I think when you've got a random figure here and a random figure there, you end up with a disjointed collection. And then I feel like, I know for me, I would just buy, I had this stage where I was just like, I didn't even realize I was doing it. I had all these random like Captain America figures because, oh, this suit's cool. I like this look. Oh, rescue suit. I can get that. And then I just had all these random Captain Americas and I was like, these have nothing to be displayed with. And I didn't really want a Captain America display. And then I ended up just having to sell them off. So I feel like unless you've got like just some big Joker display or you've got a lot of those video game line figures, I don't kind of know unless you're just going to have it on its own. I mean, I'm jealous of the people who just have one figure per shelf. Like, I think that's a nice way to collect. The Broke Collector says he has to have it. That's fair enough. A 2.0 Harley with the Daddy's Little Monster t-shirt artisan would be fantastic. I don't love that look. That look just feels very random to me. I always wanted, I'm biased. Margot's an Aussie, love an Aussie. I always wanted Margot in that red and black, more comic inspired outfit. And when we got that in the Suicide Squad, I was so excited. I was like, yes, this is the Harley Quinn I'm pre-ordering, because I had not gotten any of the past ones. I was like, this is the one. And then nothing, and then the Artisan. And this is where I really wish that Artisans, unless it's something rando like Age of the Apocalypse Wolverine, I'm happy for that to just be Artisan. But something like that, I feel like it would be my preference that there's also a standard release to accompany it. Gives more people a chance to have it. Mike's here. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I got to say, I was surprised to see this Joker. At least it's not Heath. I love this version. Just oversaturated right now. Yeah, I think it's funny because I was feeling Joker fatigue with the bank robber Joker, but I was genuinely quite excited when I saw this. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool!" I've got the book. I need to reread it. It's been a while since I've read The Killing Joke, and it's meant to rain all weekend, so maybe I'll pull that out and reread a few Batman comics. That might be a nice way to spend my weekend. Maybe Killing Joke Batman coming now. I mean, I think that would be the smart move. And you know what gets me? Like, wouldn't this have been cool to have been shown at ACGHK instead of what felt so ho-hum? Could you imagine if at ACGHK they had this and the Killing Joke Batman together? I think that would have made people super stoked. But they didn't. They didn't. Just for fun, imagine this Killing Joker with rooted hair. Just imagine. Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. It also would require a bit of maintenance. That's something I'd picture Bob Dylan doing. Bob Dylan would totally get this and then get it rooted. I remember buying The Killing Joke on first release. Amazing release. Oh, that's cool. I definitely don't think mine was first release. I have a whole stack of like trade paperbacks, like the Long Halloween and things like that. And it's been ages since I've read them, so I really need to dig them out and have another read through. I've got like I've got a few. I've got like Deathstroke the Terminator. I've got Birds of Prey. I've got some Green Arrow ones because I really liked the Arrow TV show and it made me want to go and read some of those Green Arrow comics to understand a little bit more about the character. So, yeah, I need to go back and read. And even I've got the Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics, and I'm so bad. My memory's getting so bad. I've read all these things and I cannot remember a lot of them. Like, I remember the things I enjoyed, but can I remember all the detail? I cannot. I need to read more for recreation. Side rounds with Helen. Killing Joke with a Hawaiian shirt and a whiskey glass. Oh, a Hawaiian shirt would be cool. Whiskey glass. What came with the whiskey glass? Was it the Patch Wolverine? That came with a whiskey glass. The only Hawaiian shirt I can think of is the Wilson Fisk, but that would be way too big for this figure. That could be a Helen comic book review segment. Comic book reviews with Helen. No. Goodness, that's too much pressure. That's too much pressure. And again, if we do 60-second reviews for everything, then the Star Wars isn't special anymore. And that needs to be the most special. Blue Tattoos here. Hey, everyone. Hey, Blue. How are you? Happy Friday. Lovely to see you. The Killing Joke. Joker. As I said, like, this just looks super cool. And it comes with a lot. The two head sculpts. So the one for posing him with the camera. Magnetic tongue. He's got the hat. I'm pretty sure the coat is wide as well, which we love to see. We've got some Joker cards. We've got the gun. We've got a cane. Got a cool backdrop. What's not to like about Killing Joke Joker? Seriously. As I said, I really like it. I'm just like, I don't know where I'd buy it, what I would do with it. Hush Batman and Catwoman would be epic. See, I'm like, I feel like I just need a Batman and Catwoman in my display. I really need that because I don't have that. Oh, I do have that. I'm lying. I have it in the Dark Knight, but I would like more. Because this is where I'd love it for my Battinson. I'd love it for my Keaton, and the Keaton, it's on the way. I don't know what I'm getting, but it's fine. But it is such a cool duo, and I think comic inspired. Like I do think that would be cool. I just some comic or some Batman the animated series, and like there's just so many characters you could do, and that's why I was just so of the belief that like some comic DC figures would be amazing for Hono. It would have been such a smart thing to do under the Hono brand, but Howie Claus is an enigma wrapped in a riddle. We already did Star Wars. Man work sucks. Can you spare another minute, Helen? I cannot, because we had a whole conversation about is it special if everything becomes 60 seconds? And it's not special. We took a vote. And I think this is the end of my slides, which is crazy because this stream has only been going for an hour 20 minutes, which is pretty good by my standards. Debatable. I'm hoping some YouTubers are right and inner Dark Knight Selena Kyle finally comes up for PO. Look, I mean, when they had that San Diego event, I was hoping we'd see an updated Selena Kyle from Inner. We did not. We did not see much of anything from Inner and the 6-scale space. So I think of everything they have on their coming soon list, I feel like Anne Hathaway Catwoman's probably the one thing that is of interest to me. I'm keen to see what they could do with it. I didn't love the Hot Toys 2.0. So I mean, I'm interested, but I just get the feeling that they don't want to be doing these Dark Knight figures while Hot Toys is still going through this round of 2.0s. And the last interview I heard with Inner, it really sounded like they didn't want to go near Bane for now. But I mean, they always said they'd do a Dark Knight Batman to go with the Joker, right? And Hot Toys hasn't done a Dark Knight specific Batman for a long time. But then nothing. And now it's like we're thinking of doing Catwoman. So, I mean, I would be interested. I've said this before, like, I think Batman Begins would be a smart one for them to do. I think Ra's al Ghul would be a smart one for them to do. I think there's characters there that haven't been done or haven't been oversaturated that people would be interested in. Like, if you did that Catwoman with, like, a real leather outfit and some nice rooted hair and a good likeness to Anne Hathaway, I'm interested. And I've not been interested in an in-art figure for a very long time. A very long time. If they did Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, I think that would have been a hit for them, but gone in 60 seconds. Is that J&D Daenerys? Anyone else pre-order the J&D Studio Daenerys? I knew you would have pre-ordered it. Which version did you get uncarded reviews? Did you get the one that comes with just Drogon or the one that comes with all 3 dragons? I'm keen to know. And anybody else, what did you pre-order this week? Otherwise, I'll be wrapping this up soon, so let's see how we go. But yeah, I'm keen to know. If anybody's pre-ordered anything, let me know. I have not I've not pre-ordered anything or received anything this week, and I honestly don't know what the next thing will be and if it's anytime soon. I feel like my next hot toy will be Scarlet Witch, and third party, who knows? Like, hey, like So Slow Toys, if you want to release one of those Flash figures, that would be absolutely mint. Supposedly end of August was supposedly when she is coming up. Oh, the Anne Hathaway Catwoman, really? They showed a 12th scale non-painted version of her. Yeah, they showed a lot of 12th scale, which I like, what is this company now? Are you 6th scale? Are you 12th scale? I don't know. I gave away the Hot Toys 2.0 version of it. Oh, really? That was very kind of you. Anne Hathaway Catwoman is one of my favorite characters, and unless InArt produces something spectacular, I think J&D Kojin Works will be the definitive version in 1/6 scale. You love J&D. I have the Hot Toys 1.0 and 2.0 Catwoman, and a third-party version all disappoint me. Look, I have the 1.0. I don't mind it. Is it the best figure ever? No. Is it bad? No. My concern is the longevity of the outfit. I try not to touch mine, but I do get worried that at some point that thing's going to flake into nothing. The 2.0, when that came out, I felt the body proportions were very exaggerated, and I didn't love the head sculpt. And when I was in Hong Kong, they actually had it on sale at Toy Hunters, and it was probably like 40% off compared to the Australian retail price, and I still couldn't buy it. I was like, no, I can't. Like, not going to waste. I don't want this taking up room in my suitcase, but also this is not something I'm desperate to get, like this version. But then, as I've said this before, like I really don't know what to make of all the silicone. I know some people like, it's medical grade, it'll last forever, it's amazing. We don't know. And great, J&D has these bendable fingers and metal skeletons, but how is that going to hold up? I don't know. So I don't have the confidence in it. I'm all about the hard plastic. So if InArt wants to give us a great Anne Hathaway Catwoman, they will have my attention again. If they're just going to do random other stuff, there's no temptation there for me. I have the 12th scale Batman, but not opened it. A lot of people like that 12th scale Batman. A lot of people like it, is my understanding. Hono Unmasked Wolverine is scheduled to arrive today. Oh, that's cool. Enjoy. Uncut Review says, I ordered the Drogon single version, but I'm going to get the deluxe version too once it's available. Are you going to keep them both? That's a lot of dragons and Daenerys. I like J&D Kojin Catwoman, but for the best version, it costs more than the third scale Harley Quinn who laughed Prime 1 statue. That's more than I would ever spend on a figure. And I mean, that's my thing, Sharon. And I'm totally respectful that people have their limits as to how much they're prepared to spend. And I often say that about myself. I know how much I will and won't pay for a figure, a vehicle, or whatever. And I think it's funny that some people then interpret that as, you can't afford it. And I laugh because I'm like, oh, I can afford it. That's just not how I choose to spend my money. And I think that's totally fair. Like, I know for some people it would be like J&D prices are too high. For other people, InArt prices might be too high. For some people, the cost of artisans might be too high. So I get that. I think we've all got our thresholds of what we're comfortable spending with a collectible. And I totally respect that view that people have. Like, if you want to be out there dropping thousands of dollars to get customs of everything you like, and you can do that, like, amazing. If you're like, you know what, I'm not prepared to spend more than, if I'm in the US, $350 on a hot toy, that's fair enough too. I think we all build the collections that we want, and I think as collectors as well. I think sometimes we need to not get as invested or concerned with what other people are buying. Like, I think I've mentioned a few times how I did like an unboxing of like my Hot Toys 89 Batmobile, which I was so ecstatic to get. Like, I'd wanted it for the longest time, and I was genuinely so excited. And I remember I wasn't going to do an unboxing, and then Carlos was like, "Are you going to do an unboxing?" I said, "Oh no, people have had it for ages." Like, he's like, "No, you're excited about this. You should do an unboxing." I said, "Okay, I should. Like, it would be a cool thing to." And it is a nice thing when you've got that initial reaction of how you felt about something. And then I had people like in the comments going like, making like comments like, "Oh, you couldn't afford the Jazz Inc. one," or "It's not as good as the Jazz Inc. one," and I'm like, I have it and I love it. Why do you care? Like, what difference does it make to you? Like, if you want the Jazz Inc. one and you've got that, amazing. If I want the Hot Toys one and I have that, that's amazing for me. Like, I don't get this mentality where you have to like and want to buy the thing I want to buy, even if you don't like it as much, want to spend that much money, have space for it. So yeah, I totally get it. I know for me, there's definite thresholds that I wouldn't spend over for a figure. And I have no problems admitting that. There's other things in life I would rather put my money towards than spending every dime I have on collecting. Like, I love collecting, don't get me wrong. I have a collection I love, but I'm not going to drop $3,500 Australian on a vehicle. I'm just not going to do that. I'd rather have that money sitting on my mortgage. I'd rather go on an overseas holiday and have an amazing experience than just having a figure or a vehicle that costs a lot. Dark Knight Archives, latest pre-orders: Alien Big Chap, Bank Robber Joker Artisan. Oh, nice. RoboCop, RoboCane, and Killing Joke Joker. Oh, you've already pre-ordered the Killing Joke Joker. That's so cool. That's very cool. I just want Hot Toys to stop using those stupid plastic head connectors, please. They are awful, especially the artisan figures. I know the ones you mean, Sharon. I don't know if you've seen the video that Bob Dylan did. He has a little hack where he makes them magnetic. So the little plastic connectors, I think he uses like a Dremel and levels them out, and then sticks a magnet on the plastic connector and one in the sculpt and makes them magnetic. I'm not sure if it's on his Instagram. I saw it on his Facebook, but I thought that was super clever. And I think it will alleviate that issue of like knocking the eye controllers and then wrecking the pose that you have. I have certain figures that I pose, and I have other figures that I can display. I don't need every figure to do everything all the time. That's fair enough. I think overall the quality for Kojin Works is very good. Just if I'm going to get something by them, I will get a J&D statue. That is fair enough. Okay, well, hello, Star Crash. Okay to you too. My next Hot Toys figure I will be ordering are going to be RoboCop and RoboCane. Yeah, a lot of people were excited for those. Latest pre-order Big Chap. Nice, very cool. Killing Joke Batman. And did I mention it's International Cat Day? I thought I'd end with a little bit more Shuri, because look at her, my little monkey. She likes to get involved in the collecting. She likes Tony Stark. She likes Deadpool. She likes Wolverine. She was actually quite a small kitten when she jumped into the DTOF. Like, I opened the DTOF to take a picture of Deadpool and Wolverine, and next thing I knew, she was in there, and I was like, oh, well done, you. No figures were damaged, because, you know, Shuri's a good girl. Cute cat. It is. It's Shuri Cat. She's the cutest cat in collecting, I think. Yeah, more Shuri, because I wanted to start and end on International Cat Day with Shuri, because you guys see bits of her, but you don't always see all of her, and she's super cute. She's super cute and she's part of my collecting journey. The thing about collecting is that it's a one-person hobby, not a competition. Social media, unfortunately, brings out the worst in people sometimes. No one else tastes matter as long as you're happy. 100%. And this is what I sometimes get so annoyed, and I find that I fade in and out of the Facebook groups because there's so many times where I'll see someone being really excited to share something and someone will just crap on them for the way the figure's posed or something. And I'm like, so many of these comments could be framed in a nicer or more constructive way. But some people just want to be judgy and rude, and I just don't have time for a hobby that I want to be fun. Always use link-free gloves from unboxing to shelf and whenever generally handling. Oh, is this for someone specific? I do not use gloves. I use my hands, and Shuri uses her tail and her paws. It's fine. My cat will just push my figures out of a lower case of my Detolf and then go sleep on the bottom shelf. Oh, cute. I think Shuri wanted to sleep with Bane and the tumbler, but I had to put the armory in and she had to vacate. But no, Shuri actually likes going into the cupboards in this room and having a little sleep amongst my stuff. Shuri is quality control to make sure everything is good. I actually call Shuri the director of security because she likes to patrol the house and make sure everything's okay. And that's why I think she wanted to chat to Tony Stark, because I think she wanted to learn about the nanotech and is there a suit in cat proportions? What's the cost? Can you build Darth Allison for it? She's a smart girl. Absolutely right, Helen. I buy figures that I love and mean something to me. It's so easy to be influenced by someone else's tastes. Yeah, for sure. And it's hard because, I mean, I think as well as collectors, and I get this too, where sometimes when you do have a bit of a drought, you want something to arrive, and that's where I think you really have to resist temptation. Like I remember like when the Cesar Romero Joker came out and everyone was raving about that figure and I had no interest in it. I did not want 66 Batman. But the way people were going on about it, I was like, oh, should I get it? Like, maybe I should get it. And I was like, thankfully I talked myself off the ledge, but I think I know for me, when I don't have something coming in for a while, that's where temptation strikes. And that's where I do like trying to have like a kit bash project, or I try to look at kit bashes I have or figures I have and go, is there optimization I can do? Can I find a better accessory? Do I need to get some custom display bases made up? So I try to be a bit more constructive than just buying stuff for the sake of buying something and satisfying or scratching that itch and then being like, oh, I didn't really want that, and now I'm trying to sell it. So, Helen, sorry to go off topic, but did you PO the Deadpool and Wolverine yellow suit Wolverine cute ass chase? I can't remember. I did not. I have not. I didn't actually end up pre-ordering anything from Deadpool and Wolverine. It was super tempting. Like, I really enjoyed the movie, and this is where and I know I've got the luxury of doing this with pop culture, but like I was like, I'm just gonna wait and see how I feel later on. So at the time when the hype was high, I was so tempted, but I've bought Deadpool 1 and sold it. I bought Deadpool 2 and sold it. I was like, I've bought these figures from hype and I've never held on to them. And even my Days of Future Past Wolverine here, like I sold that. That lives at Iron Logan's house. That's not even here anymore. So I wanted to wait, and I'm glad that I did, because now I'm like, I enjoyed the movie. I just don't feel like I need all these representations of these characters in my collection. Like, there's other things I'd rather have. And I'll be honest, it was a little bit the same with Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, at one point I was like, I should get the 3 Spider-Man figures and the villains and build out a whole shelf. And then like a few months later, like that passed. and I don't feel like I need that in my collection. So I don't. I have nothing from Deadpool and Wolverine on pre-order. And I do think the Hugh Jackman Wolverines look cool, but again, where am I going to put it? And I keep reminding myself, I had the first Deadpool, I had the second Deadpool, I even had the Toys era, the Steel, the Colossus. I had that at one point. And I've then come to sell them all. So I was like, well, clearly it doesn't have that same like meaning and pull for me like Dark Knight, like Batman, Avengers, A-Force, all these other things that I've had in my collection for a long time. So I know, but I hope they release because everybody's asking where Wolverine is, and fair enough. I'm sure Kidpool being released has made people think is Wolverine around the corner, and I hope he is. Shuri is so cute. She's very lovely. I heard during a recent live stream that Wolverine was delayed till next year. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I heard. Look, there were some rumors around figures and releases and what was coming up, and I did see a post, I want to say on Reddit, which had some like estimated dates or announcements. And I debated as to whether I shared them on the stream, but I didn't know how credible the information was. So I remember, I think it said for the Thunderbolts that Red Guardian and Bucky would be announced in December. And I'm like, that's a long time after the movie's release to announce them. I'd love it to be true. I really want Red Guardian. You guys already know. So there's so many rumors floating around there. And it's interesting because you know what Hot Toys has not done in the longest time? And I don't know that they've done it at all this year. They haven't done one of those coming soon pictures. Because I feel like, was it last year that they actually did 2 or 3 of them? Because I feel like we'd get one at the start of the year and that's it. We've communicated with you. That's it. Go away. Whereas last year, I feel like they dropped 2 or 3 of them, and that was just really nice to be able to set your expectation to go, right, yes, this is the quarter Bane's coming out, or yes, this is, these figures that I want, they're coming soon. But I don't think we've had one of those in 2025, and I really did like, and I know they didn't tell us everything that was coming out, but just that expectation setting so you could maybe get a little bit excited that something you wanted was coming soon, or maybe if you've got a lot of POs, go, oh, thank God, not everything I'm buying is on the list. I liked that. Understood hype is tough to fight off. It is, and as I said, I know not every region has the luxury of time. I feel like in Australia, because it's not a huge hobby, you can typically pre-order pretty close to release. And that's why, like, this whole, like, dopo sentiment, I don't know that I've ever pre-ordered anything day one, to be honest, because I don't particularly have to. And the way I pre-order figures with Pop Culture, so they have, like, a 10% pre-order discount, and if you have reward points, you can stack a further discount on it. So what I actually do try to do is I try to bundle up a bunch of pre-orders because I get the 10% pre-order discount. And if I can do another 10% off on top, that makes more sense to do if I'm pre-ordering like 3 or 4 figures together, because then the discount is going across the 4 figures for the reward points that I'm using rather than just one figure. But as I said, I know in different areas, the times, how long you have is completely different. I have that luxury, so that's how I tend to collect. Artisan Ripley is rumored to be coming. I mean, I think that would be a popular one. Oh, I saw that Reddit post, Helen. I'm not sure if it's true either. I'm starting to doubt it because it said Johnny Storm was supposed to be announced this week and nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I take some of this stuff with a grain of salt, and that's why I debated, do I share it, don't I share it? I know there's some other YouTubers who have all the goss and say certain things are coming, and then people yes, that person's reliable. No, I don't think the stuff they say comes true. So the ones I have shared have been the Korean release schedule, because those have typically been pretty reliable. But yeah, that post on Reddit, I did not know what to make of it. I'd love it to be true that we are getting a Red Guardian. I'd love to get some hint of Eve Macaro from Ballerina. I'm still super keen for that. So it's hard. There's so many rumors out there, and I'm not I've got insiders, I've got contacts in Hong Kong. I don't have anyone. So I don't want to share stuff that has a questionable source, because I don't want to set people's expectations and they get disappointed. And you said we were getting the thing, and it's not how I want to be. Still no Electra or Gambit either. I know. But Kidpool, right? I'm sure a lot of people would prefer Electra and Gambit to Kidpool. Being able to buy, sample, and sell off figures that you don't want anymore is all part of this hobby's ecosystem. You don't have to love every figure. Take it for a test drive and see how it goes. Yeah, I just don't think selling is that easy. Unless you're willing to give stuff away. And by that, I mean, like, have really low prices. I absolutely hate selling. And I'd rather be more selective in what I pre-order than go, I'll just get it. And then if I change my mind later, I'll sell it. Like, I'd rather not lose money because I've been like flippant with what I pre-order. That's just my own approach. Everyone can collect how they want. Earth 616 collector, hello. I've had 9 POs get shipped notification over the past 2 weeks. It's insane. Oh, that's a lot. I hope your wallet's coping okay. My goodness. Tyria says, I saw Ballerina just premiered in Japan. Oh, cool. Finally, the Eve announcement follows suit. I forgot it was a delayed release. I hope so. I really want Eve Macaro. I really do. And I always said I just wanted 3 looks for John Wick. And I've achieved that. But now I'm going, maybe I want more. I don't know. But this is the problem, because nothing's coming. I'm like, maybe I could get this suit and do a John Wick in the suit, but with the white shirt. And this is where I have to try to rein myself in and be like, no, what is the vision for this display? Where are you going to put it? Because it is so easy when nothing's coming through. You want to fill the void. And you want to buy all the Topo suits. Yeah, I only found out last week that they were a couple, and let me get cancelled. You know how everyone has those actors that, like, if they're in something, you can't watch it? Like, that's Tom Cruise for me. So I was like, really? Like, he's almost twice her age, and also no, Tom Cruise. So yeah, that's unfortunate. We need a Ballerina proto reveal already. Come on, Hot Toys. I know. Again, this was another one I would have loved to have seen at ACGHK. Give us something. They didn't give us much of anything. But it's okay, because we've got Shuri. She gives us lots of everything. Doesn't she? Look at her. She's so cute. International Cat Day. All right. So I said I wanted to wrap up by midnight. So I'm going to be wrapping up very soon, because I'm very tired and I'm worried that I'm getting unwell. Collection Obsession is here. Hello, my Mars Toys Two-Face seems delayed in transit. I hope it hasn't gone missing. Oh, goodness. Where did you get it from? I hope it hasn't gone missing. I have mine. I love it. I was saying earlier that I put some, like on 1/6 kit, they have some like leg, like a set of like ankle connectors, and I used the smallest set on the Two-Face to alleviate the issue with the pants being a bit long and baggy. And it has made a huge difference. I think the pants look a lot nicer now, and they're still a nice height difference between Riddler and Two-Face. So I was super happy with that. I totally agree with you, Helen, but collecting and physical responsibility are sometimes said ironically. I don't consider it losing money. I look at it as having enjoyed the experience. Yeah, look, that's fair enough. But I think, for me, with the older figures I'm trying to sell, when I price them, I do try to factor in the amount of time I've had with them and how much I've enjoyed them. So my Two-Face 1.0, I paid $400 for that back in the day. That was a good price back then. I had it for a lot of years. Do I think I can sell that for $400 today? Absolutely not. I'd be crazy to think that. I think I've listed it for 250 Australian dollars. So that's probably $35 US. So I do factor that in. I'm like, it's an older figure. There's a 2.0. I've had it for a long time. I will take a loss on that. And even then, I'm getting offers of like, will you take $100? And I'm like, for $100, honestly, I'd rather give it away to someone. I'd rather just gift it. And this is where I have become a little bit like that, like with certain things that I have that I know would be a pain to sell or difficult to ship. I've just given them to people. I'm just like, here you go, have this Captain America motorcycle. I don't know what to do with it. I got Two-Face from 1/6 Kit. Pay for it day one. I really enjoyed your review. Thank you. I'm glad someone watched and enjoyed my review. They're a lot of work. My goodness. I keep debating what this channel should be. I actually should do a poll to see what kind of videos people want from me. Do you want unboxings? Do you want the advice type stuff? Streaming? Streaming will continue, but I need to find my place in this YouTube land. I don't even know what I'm doing. But it's fine. Well, I hope you get it soon. I have to say, I did have a situation once where something from Kit got stuck in customs for a few weeks and then I got it okay. So I hope it comes soon. But I know for me with Australia Post, I've had some interesting situations. Like I sent cousin Anthony a parcel in November. It was declared lost. They refunded me my money. And then he randomly got it months later. So I hope that doesn't happen to you. I hope you get it soon. Because I got very lucky. I got, I think Kit sent it to me on a Monday and I got it by the Friday. So I hope yours is coming soon because it's a very cool figure. I like that Two-Face so much more than I thought I would. I was not going to get these Batman Forever figures. And now I absolutely love them. I'm like, not the best Batman movie ever, but very cool figures. And I am very glad that I have them. Great stream, Helen. I love the Shuri spotlight. She's beautiful. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and take care. You too, Dark Knight Archives. Thank you so much for hanging out. And I'm glad I had an opportunity to share a little bit of Shuri with you guys. I don't know how much people do or don't want to know about life in general. I try to just talk about collecting, but Shuri, she makes her cameos. I feel like she's part of this YouTube endeavor, so we've got to give her chocolates. Don't forget to hit that like button, everyone. Absolutely like, subscribe, because as I said, we're doing the Tim Tam giveaway. 4,000 subscribers, and you could win a delicious assortment of Tim Tams. So you don't want to miss out on that. Helen, keep your channel as is. Have fun with your channel. Yeah, I'm trying to have fun with it. I'm also trying to be a bit more regular with posting content because I'm very sporadic. And I need to not be as sporadic because that's not good. You should showcase your kit bashing journeys. It's funny you say that, Earth Collector, because I feel like there's a real gap in kit bash content. And all my kit bash videos have not done well. And even like suit reviews, like the Topo suits I've bought, like I don't feel like people review them. And so I'm like, oh, I know for me, like I have an interest in like kit bashing parts and outfit sets. So that's why I review them. And then like the review I did for like the Topo Kane suit, I think like 300 people have watched. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there's not as much interest in kit bashing stuff. I mean, I'll still probably do it. But this is where I don't know. I don't want to just do the same stuff other people are doing, but when I've done different things, is that what people want? Like, are people getting value out of it? I don't know. That's why I say I'm still trying to work out what this all is. We love the Shuri spotlight. I'm so glad you guys did. I posted a bunch of photos of Shuri on my Instagram, and my absolute favorite one is I've got the Shuri figure in a detolf, and then Shuri's little head is around the corner looking at the Shuri figure in the detolf, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. S Beam is here. Hi, Helen and chat. Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. We're done already. Work was keeping me too busy today. Hold up. Tim Tam giveaway is happening. I'm going to have to rewind. Yeah, no, we are, because the Tim Tam Fund was established last week, and I'm 100%, as I said, I need to work out how the logistics of it will work, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it as my 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And if you win, I'm going to tell you what all the Tim Tam flavors are. You will select the flavors you want. I will buy them. I will package them up. I will send them to you wherever you are in the world. So no, it's totally going to happen. And I think that's a really cool and unique thing to do rather than a figure. Like, have Tim Tams. What a delightful treat. No, because I had all those super chats last week. It was crazy. Everyone was so kind. So I'm going to use that money to do the Tim Tam Fund giveaway. So that's why you got to be subscribed, because when that drops, you don't want to not get the Tim Tam giveaway. I don't know. Unless you're Australian, then you probably don't want it. But people overseas, you're probably going to want it. I was late. I'll catch the replay. Stay well, Helen. I think you do very well reviewing kit bashing video. Figures seem interesting. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I feel like with reviews, I need to get some better lighting. I need to do a lot of things better. But thank you. I appreciate that. Everyone is super kind. Comparison is the thief of joy. Oh, my God. Keep being your own authentic self, Helen. We're here for you. You know what? I have to tell myself that all the time. Quick story before I go. Let's try to make this 2 hours. I did my garage shelf video, and I put so much effort into it, and I was so proud of the video. And then someone else did a garage shelf video, and I watched their video, and I was like, this person's hardly saying anything and hardly showing anything, and it had more views than mine, and it really annoyed me. It really got to me, and I had to, and I was so happy with how my video was doing. I was so proud of the quality of that video, because I'd taken all these photos during the process, and I was sharing all the where I got stuff and the prices, and like I was so proud. And then this other person's video doing better than mine, and I have to say that to myself all the time. So thank you. That's a great reminder, because I do, and that was a classic example where I had to say to myself, like, stop looking to see how many views this other video's gotten and having a boohoo that yours has not got as many. You were proud of that video, and that's what matters. But yeah, I have to say that to myself all the time. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's so true. It's a shame most people don't kit bash. Thank you, and Shuri, for another great stream. Thank you, Dr. No. I appreciate it. I feel like yeah, kit bashing is like, we've all got these containers with spare parts, and we could be using them to make so many cool things, but so many people don't particularly do that. So for me, I love doing it. That's awesome, Helen. I definitely want the chance to get authentic Tim Tams, of course, with some real Australian chocolate. Your garage shelf video was great. Thank you, JB. I appreciate it. As I said, I had to remind myself, no, you were really proud of that. Don't get worried about what other people did. Run your own race. But guys, on that note, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me on this Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend. If you have a cat in your life, give them my regards. Maybe give them a virtual pat from me. Shuri and I will be back next Friday. Same time, same place. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you then. Bye.